Good morning, afternoon, evening, or any other time of day it is for my viewers out there. Salty Pepper back, finally, with some new content. Oh my gosh, it's been a couple months at least. Sorry about that, just life kind of got in the way, things here and there, but yeah, I'm finally back. So, this is going to be a new subset of videos. Just, life stuff, fitness stuff, just getting away from the gaming. Not getting away completely, but just a video here and there. So, the topic today is general fitness. Obviously, I don't wear tank tops most of the time during my videos, just because I'm going to work out after this. But yeah, so on that note, I just want to talk to everybody about, you know, getting motivated and, pushing yourselves and kind of like just getting a head start, more or less, because I know how difficult it is. So let's do a backstory here. I started really getting serious about fitness and stuff. Probably, let's see, what's today? Okay, so about maybe a month ago or so, give or take a couple of days. So long story short, I follow Dr. Mike on YouTube, and he had a video where he was talking about I don't know if necessarily it was the whole topic of the video, but back then it was called Delta Trainer. Now it's called Copilot, and essentially what it is, it's a personal fitness trainer app. It is $100 a month, but in that you get your personal trainer. You get they can help you with your workouts. If you have an Apple Watch, they can track it for you. They can give you tips and tricks. They're all various. They all have various degrees in the fitness field. Some, I believe, are fitness. Not physical therapy, but like the fitness training and like that type of thing. I think some might be, some might have nutritionist backgrounds too. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So I started with that about a year ago at around I think 300 pounds ish. Um, it's been kind of on and off because I've been playing with my diet, which I'll talk about in a second. But right now I'm down to 260 ish, 260, 262, give or take from deviation. But the point being is, obviously you don't need, something that extensive. But the point of sharing that with you is the fact that, just getting that first little push, like getting into a new lifestyle. It's a daunting task. I get that. I've been kind of on and off with the fitness game for years. 2017, I got down to like 240 pounds, and I felt great. But then stress, and then COVID hit, and this and that. But yeah, just what I'm saying is like even if you pick up some cheap dumbbells, you don't need anything fancy. Just get a head start. Or the big thing too I've noticed is my cardio. Like I do the 10,000 step a day challenge, to make sure that I keep myself accountable. And I feel like the cardio is really what causes the calorie burn. I also train with Bowflex, Select Tech weights. Um, I have a bench I found on Amazon, stuff like that. So, it all depends what you want to do. You could even do like calisthenics. It's the, it's the cheapest way to go. You really don't need much like that. Or, the whole old school thing of like, oh, just pick up a canned goods, like a can of soup or something, just to add that little resistance. Um, so, yeah. In terms of that, yeah, I just like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I usually do a weight day, and on top of that, Monday to Sunday, I do cardio about 5 miles a day. It equates to about roughly 10,000 steps or so. So, with that being said, obviously I'm not, you know, a doctor. I'm not a professional. So just take what I say with a grain of salt. I just hope that, it gives some people some motivation, just a little push, just saying that, oh, well, a normal person can do this type of thing with, little to no issue. It's just a simple lifestyle change. Um, so the next section I want to talk about is dieting. So I guess that's kind of like a mixed word, because diet is like, oh, it's not fun. It's rigorous. It's this and that. It might be, but diet to me is just like, okay, well, what do I eat every day? Okay, well, I have these meals. I have this and that, and I personally am following the ketogenic diet or keto because everybody on keto has to talk about keto. um, but in all seriousness, it's just for me, it's fairly simple. My diet consists of scrambled eggs or an omelet in the morning with like ham, kale, and spinach. A lot of this information I'm getting from Dr. Berg's channel, BERG. Um, he gives a lot of really, really in depth analysis on what it means to eat what he calls healthy keto. So, there's like dirty keto where it's like a lot of, let's say, processed chicken, for example. Like, Purdue makes these things called shortcuts. And yeah, they're convenient and everything, but, they're loaded with salt, preservatives, and I think what he's saying essentially is clean keto is like, you go and buy a bag of, or no, not a bag, a package of chicken breasts. You cook them yourself with spices, or you prepare them how you want, and then you get like a salad. He speaks about eating roughly 7 cups of salad a day. And in his video, he has this giant bowl, and it's like, wow, that's massive. But it's a lot more manageable than you think, really. When you like, I have a bowl with a salad chopper, so it takes like that size salad and compresses it to that. It's just like, oh, okay, cool. I just got a spoon or fork or whatever. Just go for it. um, but I wanted to tie in the diet aspect because, in my research and all that online, everybody says, oh, you can't outtrain a bad diet, which makes sense. Like, let's say you're doing 1,000 calories of pizza, right? Versus 1,000 calories of lean meats and salad. So, like it's both 1,000 calories. You might be in that caloric deficit if you're, you know, um, trying to lose the weight and all that. But it really comes down to, and that's why I choose keto because there's been so much research on um, the fact that carbohydrates like bread, like pasta, uh, rice, like refined carbs, I think they're called, versus like, yeah, refined carbs versus complex carbs, or simple carbs versus complex carbs. Complex are like broccoli, cauliflower, lettuce, kale, vegetables, that type of thing, whole grains. I even eliminated whole grains out of my diet. And again, this is just my journey. So take what I say with a severe grain of salt because everybody's different. But I'm just trying to get some sort of information out of there because I have seen results, losing 40 pounds. And obviously, I could have lost more if I was more strict to the diet. in the year or so that I've been doing it, I've been experimenting with the paleo diet, which is a little bit different. You can eat berries, grains, meats, fruits. Basically like the paleolithic diet of like, what would a caveman eat? That type of thing. And I I keep seeing like some people like, oh yeah, well, you eat raw meat too. Like, no, that's pretty dangerous. Our bodies are not meant to do that, so don't do that. Um, but I guess the whole point of this video is just saying that um, you know, it is a difficult journey. Of course it is, but it's just the perseverance. I forget. I have a little tapestry thingy hanging up in the other room. It's something to the effect of, "I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it." And like waking up to that every day is like that's kind of cool. Um, and yeah, I got like a motivational app on my phone that kind of tells you things here and there. It's like as cliched and silly as it sounds, it's kind of nice to get that little motivation. And I hope that, what I say here is something that will help others just kind of get that spark and realize that, oh, like, I guess I've always kind of felt that, the gym rat mentality of like, oh, yeah, the bodybuilders and the guys that, like, they train for like 6 or 7 hours a day. They eat like big bowls of chicken and rice, to balance out the carbs and get the protein they need. I mean, I I don't have the time or the energy to spend on that really. Like, yeah, I love working out, but to focus your life on that, you gotta be like, somebody that's training for a show and that's your life's work. But for the common person like me and so many other people, I just feel like, a couple hours of doing stuff, like an hour on the treadmill and, a full body workout, or you split it up into like, push day, pull day, leg day, core day, and that type of thing, chest day, and all that. It's just do what makes you happiest, just like they have even, um, different workouts that are like, the Viking workout. I thought that one was kind of cool. Or like the Spartan workout from the Halo series. And, like they just try to cater it in a way that'll be fun for people. Because, when you get down to it, really, it's like, oh, well, great. I got to go to the gym again. I lift my weights and then I go home. Or, like, I lift my weights and I run on the treadmill and then I go home. That kind of thing. It's like, you got to have some variation. You got to have fun with it. And I found through this year that, like, putting a soundtrack to your life or just kind of using your imagination. Like, they have, this app called Zombies Run on the treadmill. It's funny as heck because you can actually like you can just follow along with the story, or you have random things where you're out in the field and oh no, there's a horde of zombies that's chasing after you. You got to run faster, and it's cool because it's like intermittent fasting and it not fasting. um uh high intensity interval training. Sorry. It, similar concept, I guess, but totally different in the same way. Um, yeah, so like bursts of speed here and there, and you're not expecting it. So it's like, oh no, I gotta run faster. I gotta. Oh, okay, well that's gone. I outran the zombies. Or like, I have a stationary bike, and there's this app called Zwift. They trying to think of like what it's essentially a video game that you can uplink to certain um, exercise bikes, and you can race people, or excuse me, or you can just do practice runs, and you can just go through the courses at your own pace, that kind of thing. So it's just about making it fun, or just toss on a YouTube video. Just distract yourself for like the half hour or for the hour that you're gonna do your fitness, and it's like, oh, okay, I watched, let's say Markiplier if you're into gaming. Oh, yeah, I watched that. Oh, it's already been a half hour. Well, shoot, that's great. And now I'm done, that kind of thing. And it's just like, the message I want to leave off here is that just starting is enough. You don't have to go crazy. Actually, if you're new to fitness, just take it slow. I know a lot of eagerness is like, oh, I'm gonna start this big thing, like, oh, I'm gonna do CrossFit or whatever, or like I'm gonna do, train every day of the week. I'm gonna lift every day. Well, I would definitely not recommend that from my own personal experience because I got ambitious about halfway through this past year, and I ended up with tendonitis in my right elbow. So it's just like constant soreness, and it's just like, oh, well, you try to lift and you get that pain, and you gotta lift light, or like I shifted completely over to leg days almost like every other day because I didn't want to hurt my arm anymore. So just take it slow, take it light, just feel out your own pace, and do your research, talk to your physicians and all that stuff, because like I said, I'm just a person. I don't like I study, medicine and all that stuff, but on my own time. I'm just like you. I want to learn things for the sake of learning and to better myself. So obviously just listen to the professionals, and I hope that in saying what I'm saying here, it just gives that little bit of extra motivation, and it would be really nice just to help other people to the best of my ability. So, thank you everyone for taking the time to listen. I hope it wasn't too boring. But yeah, I just hope that it helps a little bit here and there, and I hope that it just gives some inspiration because, like I said, I'm just a normal person like anybody else. I just want to feel better in my live my best life. So, yeah, thank you again for everyone who listened, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day. And of course, everyone, keep it salty.